Greetings, everyone. Cyberyoga here. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful, blessed day, actually. It's Friday, October 4th, 2025. And this video is about, very simple, who my inspiration is. I would say is Jesus Christ, Yeshua. Just felt the call to share from my heart that I don't give enough praise to Jesus, but I wanted to make this video in dedication on how he's really inspired me. I guess I have had an encounter with him in my medicine journeys, but the more I read about him, the more I hear about his message and what he stood for. It's always something that I always believed in and what I felt true to my heart to how to live by. And in my opinion, Jesus was just the epitome of love and stood for kindness, compassion, leadership, strong man. In my opinion, the most masculine, the most powerful man. And I just felt the call to really share my thoughts about it. And as I get into my journey with the Lord, far from perfect, I do my best to lead by example, but still my journey. Baby Christian. I guess I don't really consider myself a Christian. I just believe in Jesus and I believe in his teachings, and so I follow. So I don't really consider myself an orthodox Christian or a hardcore Christian. I follow Jesus, and so I'm not sure where that lies in with the church, but I follow him. I don't worship him, I follow him. And what I'm understanding is that you can't idolize or worship anyone, any man. I believe that's what his teaching, so I'm still learning, still on my path with Jesus. But what I've gathered a lot in my journeys from Jesus is that he always stated and said to be like me, you'll be better than me. And it's basically following his teachings, following that of love and that of compassion and that of kindness and that of righteousness, and being holy and being a leader and standing for what's right. And this is what I really align my values with. Of course, I'm not perfect, but I align myself with Jesus and what he stood for. And I've always had this quality in me. Wasn't never fond of the church and was never really able to receive until my spiritual journeys and awakenings. And I believe in some way Jesus came to me and my heart was open to receive. But yeah, basically Jesus has been my inspiration. I've always had inspirations, but now thinking about it, inside the plane, the only person now that inspires me, the only human being that inspires me, always and will be Jesus Christ, Yeshua. The most advanced human being from what I've been reading and studying, and what he's done for humanity and how he's been so persecuted and disrespected. And it's only because a man of his power, of course, would be disrespected by the dark powers, because he was the Son of God. He was the leadership. He was the love. And we're living in a system matrix where there's not a lot of love, not a lot of compassion, just law but no love. So, and what he stood for was the opposite. He was a rebel in the matrix, just like me. I've always been a rebel, not in a bad way, but not following the order and the tradition and going my own way, but really still leading in compassion and kindness and love and respect. These are the values that I carry with me. They're dear to my heart, and I live by this and I walk by this. And it's exactly what Jesus was. That's exactly what he was. He was the leadership. He was the masculine. He was the righteousness. He was the love. He was the compassion. He was the care. And I feel like we don't have this leadership in the world. We don't have this leadership in the Matrix. And to me, what he represents to me is leadership and the divine masculine in power. And that's why I say I dedicate this video to Jesus, Yeshua, and still on my journey, follower of Jesus, follower of Yeshua. Whether I'm into the church, I'm not really sure yet. I'm still learning. Because I see a lot of discrepancies and a lot of trauma and hurt and judgment from the church. And in my opinion, I believe that Jesus was the opposite. He, again, I'm still learning, but he was against the church and for the simple message of leadership and what he stood for. And this is what I truly align myself with. Any man that's about love and compassion and kindness and care and righteousness and that's holy and doing what's right for society and for the world and willing to sacrifice himself for the better of mankind, that's my inspiration right there. I don't care what celebrity, artist, dancer, it doesn't matter. For me, it's Jesus. So, and I believe my practice, Cyberyoga, is inspired and cultivated and a representative of Christ and of Jesus. Even though I don't align with yoga philosophy anymore, I just keep the name and I use the name to bring people in. Of course, I still stretch, I still move. I believe that's all by the Lord, by Jesus. The Lord's work is using me to inspire and to empower you all. So yeah, this is my video for October 4th, 2025. It's a beautiful Friday, post-ceremony, post-journey. And again, after my journey is what I always get after the profound awareness and conscious downloads and messages is always out of love. Everything always resorts back to love and how we need to be walking into love and to be the example of love unconditionally. Even though it's challenging, I'll be the first to tell you, it's not easy. But this is why I feel like Jesus was very advanced, because he is the one that was the example for the truth of love. So I'm going to end this video by saying that Jesus Christ will and always be my number one inspiration. And I urge you all to look into his teachings, and I hope that he can inspire you and touch your heart by leading with love and compassion and kindness. This is what I believe in. This is what Jesus stood for, and that's why I align myself with him. Sending love to all of you. Thanks for following Cyberyoga, and please, in the comments, in what ways, who's your inspiration, and is Jesus one of your inspirations? And like, comment, share, and see you on the next one. Don't forget to keep following Cyberyoga, but most importantly, follow and be like Jesus. Blessings.